Hey guys, this is Blair with the Taylor team, and I've got Josh Perry here, one of our local home inspectors. And today we're going to talk about just the most common questions that we get regarding home inspections. First on the list is, Josh, what do you see? What's the most common things that you see that are wrong, like during a home inspection, or problem areas?
Well, a most common problem area would be just a very general problem. Most windows and doors, where the frames meet the brick veneer or the stone, they just need to be sealed up. And you'll see all the time where there's gaps between them, and they can allow moisture penetration. Just little things. If you're trying to sell your house, seal up all your outdoor penetrations, walls and doors, windows and doors.
Okay, I gotcha. So how can people get a hold of those, get ahead of those items, like before a home inspection?
Yeah, just take one lap around your house on the outside and make sure when you see those window frames, you just get you some clear exterior silicone and seal those up well. Then buy you a can of Rust-Oleum to paint the angle irons. Maybe watch your drainage, put some gutter extensions on. If the drainage is pooling around your house, that's pretty common. If you have dogs and they're digging up around the foundation of the home, maybe add some topsoil to kind of take away the problematic areas.
Okay, gotcha. And I know a lot of times we get hit with the roofs too.
Right.
Like, is that something that seems like something we get hit with a lot? Is there anything people can do to kind of prep for the roofs?
Yeah, on the roofs, you just need to look at your roof penetrations, the pipe vents. If you see nail heads on your roof, if it's a newer roof and you see exposed nail heads, just caulk them. You want to seal them with a roofer's caulk, maybe around the roof penetrations. That'll get you ahead of it. If you see a rubber boot around a pipe vent, sometimes with weather and sun, those will wear out. You just want to get someone over to replace those. They're not expensive at all, and that'll also prevent a lot of major problems.
Okay. One other thing too that sellers will ask me a lot of times is like, what can they expect on the day of inspection?
Right. So the day of an inspection, your inspector should show up. I generally start from the outside of the building envelope, work my way in. So you check all the exterior features. You work from the roof and go down. So you'll check the roof structure, the insulation. Then you work over to the wiring and the plumbing and the HVAC. Basically, during an inspection, they should check your heat and air, your wiring, your plumbing pressure, all your fixtures, your receptacles, look at the drainage around the house, look at your roof and your flashings, the level of your insulation and your ventilation. So it takes a couple hours. Generally, as a client, if you're showing up for an inspection, a lot of people show up towards the end for a summary. So you just want to kind of block off time for that.
Is there any reason for the seller to be there at an inspection?
Most of the time, sellers are not there. There's really no reason why a seller needs to be there. Some people are nervous to have strangers in their home, or if it's a home they've lived in for a long time, they're proud of it. There has been times where I've had to work around a seller. It happens. You just got to be patient. And then if the seller is there, just be nice, and then you address all the issues with the client away from the seller, whether it's outside or over the phone. You don't just sit there and drop a bunch of bombs on the buyer in front of the seller, because it can turn into a fight.
Problem, And how long does this inspection process take?
I mean, it takes a couple hours, and then generally the report is sent within the next business day. I try to have all my reports out the following day. It's, and then once you get the report back, your realtor will sit down with you, and you guys will create your URSA, your repair addendum. And if there's anything that you guys, want fixed, it'll all be on your summary in a very professional format. And then you can just send it over to the sellers and say, fix it.
Easy for them to read.
Right, exactly.
One other thing that we get hit with all the time, especially with all this new construction, is people say, well, it's a new house. Like, do we need to get a home inspection? So what's your response to that?
So new construction, everyone has a different set of eyes. There's always something. I'll pay you $1,000 if you can find me a perfect house. I built houses my entire life. Basically with new construction, you're going to pray that it's just little things like some nail heads that need to be sealed
Right.
or something flashing missing here and there. Every once in a while, we've come across a major
Right.
problem with new construction, and those are definitely things that you want to get addressed beforehand. But it's always a good idea, even with new construction, to get an inspection.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, guys, hope we've answered. These are, again, the questions that we get most common having to do with home inspections. If you guys have any more, feel free to shoot us an email below. Give us a shout. We'd be glad to answer those. Guys, hope you have a great day, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you soon.